history. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took. But I do know that I love you. And I know that if you love me too, what a wonderful world this would be.
Chapter 3: Chemistry and Biology. Chemistry, the laws of atoms and molecules, are like grammar rules of a language defining which letters form which words and how to make meaningful sentences from them. Atoms form bonds with other atoms by donating, accepting, or sharing their electrons with other atoms to make molecules, like words forming phrases. Color is produced by large molecules forming flat ring shapes resembling drumheads of percussion instruments. For these molecules to resonate, they have to be lit or hit by frequencies close to their resonant frequency. The resonant frequency is the color that we see. Chemicals called bleaches are known to whiten colors. They are corrosive and disturb the bonds that cause the colors by breaking them, like an iron flattening out creases in cloth. Smell and taste are produced by molecules forming strings resembling strings of string instruments. For these molecules to resonate, they have to be heated by frequencies close to their resonant frequency. Their resonant frequency is the smell and taste we perceive. We smell the volatile molecules and we taste the non-volatile ones. Carbohydrates are sweet, acids are sour, salts are salty, and bases are bitter. Atoms combine together to form molecules, like people form families. Molecules combine together to form compounds, like families forming a neighborhood. Hydrocarbons, carbon chains with hydrogen, are compounds that fuel machinery. They were made by plants which decomposed millions of years ago. Petroleum and gasoline are hydrocarbons. Carbohydrates, carbon chains with hydrogen and oxygen, fuel animals and man. They are watered hydrocarbons. Sugar and alcohol are carbohydrates. You and your fellow animals who live off the plants are based on carbon atoms, while the rocks of the earth who nourish the plants are based on silicon atoms. You are all closely related. While animals and plants are dressed in hydrogen atoms, making them soft, warm, and alive, rocks are dressed in metal atoms, making them hard, cold, and lifeless. Plants provide the oxygen animals need to burn the carbohydrates they eat and break up the energy. Plants, in turn, breathe in the wastes animals breathe out and use light to combine these molecules into carbohydrates. Plants use light to make what animals use to break, and once the cycle starts rolling, the laws of inertia keep it going. Acids are corrosive compounds of hydrogen that dissolve rocks and metal. Hydrogen's proton vulnerability sticks out like a swinging hammer with a loose head, like men swinging long hammers till the hammers lose their heads and the men are left swinging only sharp sticks. Bases are corrosive metal compounds of water that dissolve fats and oils to produce soaps and alcohols. Bases neutralize acids by forming salts and water. Bases sacrifice a negatively charged water molecule to soak up the protons lost by acids. This sacrifice leaves the base wounded with a positive charge. The negatively charged water soaks up the protons and becomes discharged. The acid gratefully join the wounded bases, forming stable molecules called salts. This is how dangerous corrosive acids like hydrochloric acid and burning bases like caustic soda neutralize into harmless salts and water that you eat and drink. When organic acids like fatty acids from fat and organic bases like ash from burnt wood mix, they neutralize into alcohol and organic salts called soaps. Because the temperature of the earth is extremely low, large groups of atoms can form very large stable clusters and chains of atoms like DNA, hydrocarbons, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. DNA are complex molecules that copy other molecules, including themselves. With time, organic molecules organized themselves into mobile forms that were able to reproduce and form life.